Hi, welcome to the DevOps course from SRE group. Now, I would like to set some ground rules for the class. Before that, I will introduce myself. I'll tell you what I have, like what is my experience so far with different companies and what I have done so far. So currently, I have been working as an SRE and DevOps engineer for like 8 9 years. When it comes to my initial career years, I was working as a Java Spring Boot Hibernate developer. Post that, I started working on Apple project, wherein I was working as a individual contributor. Became an offshore point of contact. Our roles and responsibilities were to manage all the development environments and to facilitate all the developers to come to these feature environments and do their development, do their deployments, testing, so on. So our roles and responsibilities involve giving them or empowering developers to start with all the development and do all the testing in these environments. Any errors, infrastructure issues, or any setup issues that comes during their deployment or during their on the systems is something that we used to support. It's not going to be just one system but different environments. So we implemented a one click deployment kind of thing there, wherein on one click it used to go ahead, create infrastructure, provision, like configure infrastructure, and then go ahead and deploy all the applications and bring it in par with the existing dev environment. So we wanted to give them that level of automation. Post that, I started working on Apple stress testing project, wherein before a new product launch, like tomorrow, Apple wants to release an iPhone. Before that, there is an NPI. There is a stress testing project that triggers in which we go ahead, test their data centers. Post testing the data centers, we would go ahead and kind of validate how much improvement we can get in the infrastructure in your applications, where is the roadblock and maximum number of users that this platform can support at per second to the breakpoint. So that is some numbers that we would give it to the management after our testing, and would also go ahead and suggest it to our teams wherein they can go ahead and improve. Post that, I have been working on data centers. I have been working on cloud infrastructures, monitoring, deployment, logging, automation. So wherein I started most of my projects from scratch. So when I joined those projects, there was nothing. So from nothing to building a sustainable infrastructure is not infrastructure, but building a sustainable environment for developers, for production, for customers, for testing is something where we excel at. Now coming back to what this class is all about and some ground rules for the class. This class is not going to be basically more of a monologue wherein I'll just come teach some subject and just go. It's going to be more of like a peer programming kind of sessions. We'll have some peer programming sessions wherein I'll explain, and then we'll do or achieve a problem statement together. So at start of our session, we'll have a problem. At end of our session, we'll try to solve that problem. What I would want from all of us in the class to do is come up with new ideas, come up with different perspective of how we can solve that problem. Okay? Because I truly believe that whenever you have a problem, okay, it's not going to be just one path to solve that problem. When we come up with new solutions, that's when we can discuss more about optimizing those solutions, taking care of what solution is more optimized, what is more beneficial, where we can go ahead and improve going forward. Okay, that's not only going to help you in this in this class, but it's also going to help you in your career when you will be solving different um actual problems in an institution. Why I'm saying this is because I'll be pointing or using issues or problems that I have faced in my past career years only. So they have been some life problems before which we will be solving today. Now these life problems will help you, or this experience will actually help you solve some problems in your company as well. Okay. Now, again, it's going on a monologue note, but I understand that today it's just the first class. So it's better that I set some ground rules and take it forward from here. So, second thing that I would like to do in this class right now is do an introduction, but I wanted to have a bigger audience so that everyone knows each other. So when we have like full capacity in the class, that's when we'll have our introduction session. I would like to know more about you guys as well, that where you guys are working, what experience you guys hold, so that um, during the class I can tweak some pointers here and there to meet all of your requirements. So if somebody is just coming in from scratch, has no knowledge about it, also understands, plus if my class already has some knowledge, then they should be able to get some advanced knowledge as well, which comes with experience rather than just going ahead and doing some web search. Okay. Now, coming back to the main question, why we are here, why this particular technology actually exists, why do we need an SRE and a DevOps engineer? Why, like, this concept actually came in like last decade only, I guess. Before that, there was no DevOps engineer that used to exist. So, earlier also there was some teams that were supporting, taking care of production and all of the things that we are doing. Somebody was already doing it, right? But then why did industry felt a need of having this subset of engineers to do a certain activity for them? So do you have any idea? Since we are in a DevOps course, we should understand what we are expected to do as a DevOps engineer. Any idea? Random. Neeraj, is it just me?
No, no, I don't have any idea.
Anything like, why did you join this? What is your perspective? um क्या लगता है, क्या है ये, क्यों क्यों कर रहे हैं ये, क्यों क्यों होता है ये? अब जैसे हमें ये पता है कि जो सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स होते हैं
No, no,
या
no,
जो
I don't
developers
know
होते हैं वो
Hindi. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
सॉरी.
I don't know Hindi. I am
Oh,
from Andhra Pradesh.
okay, I'll talk in English.
Oh,
So, what do you think? Why do we have like DevOps engineer? We know that a developer writes a code, a testing team just writes their test cases, do their manual testing, automation testing, and so on. A manager does this. So every person or every role has a meaning. So we should understand why this role. What is the meaning of this role? So that we understand the goal of our role here.
yeah.
That's why I want to understand what is your perspective. It can be anything.
Don't have personal perspective, but it is the interest between a developer and the operations team. The
Okay.
DevOps team is to work in between the both developers and operations. Uh, so we have to rectify the problem of operations team and give to the develops team.
Okay.
Actually, I don't have any knowledge about this. From scratch onwards, I want to learn it.
No, it's absolutely fine. Don't hesitate. Consider this as a safe place for you to
Okay.
uh, share your ideas, because when you will share your ideas, that's when I'll understand where we are and I'll be able to help you out if there's anything incorrect. If everything is correct, you will become more confident. Okay. So feel free. There's no right or wrong answer to any question in this class. Okay. Um, except your name. Okay. So yes, go ahead. Whatever you feel.
That's it.
Okay. And why do you feel that you need this course? You need to actually learn this particular technology.
Uh, it's the upcoming decade future technology. This is the DevOps is. So actually, last year I have taken one course of embedded systems. Actually, I am from electronics background, so I taken it embedded course, but there is no openings for that embedded course. So that I choose this course. I have seen some of the websites that future will be in only DevOps. So I joined.
Okay. Cool. So just 1 minute. Okay. So we were also having the same discussion as to why this particular technology we need. Okay. So when you go back to initial like years back when there were some companies like Facebook, Google, they were already there. So there was some infrastructure, there was some team that was handling it. So production was basically handled by an operations team that used to come. Like if you go back some years back, that operations team used to work in shifts. Okay, used to come, check their infrastructure, check everything is working fine, and then their work is to keep the systems up. Okay, while in the backend example, there is Facebook. Okay, Facebook is live, but continuously there is some or the other feature that they would like to introduce to the customer. Correct, that's when we'll get hooked or engaged with that particular technology. Like Instagram was still there, but when in India TikTok went down, Instagram also wanted to implement that TikTok technology wherein you can have like a small videos or small video patterns. Okay, that actually helped them grow. Okay, so every time or every day there is a new feature that somebody somewhere in every company is building. Okay, now developers are keen to go ahead and once a feature is built, it needs to be deployed to production. Like it needs to be put into production. Okay, only then it will be visible to our end customer. Okay, so there are different stages. This is a developer gets a requirement saying that I want to have and a short videos kind of slab in my YouTube. Okay, there is going to be like before it comes to developer, it will first come into management will think, okay, I want to have this feature. Why I want to have this feature? They'll analyze the feature. Okay, it was there in TikTok, it helped them grow, it will kind of leverage. It's now not there in India, so we can leverage that and kind of promote those content creators and redirect them to our website, which is going to bring more traffic to our website, which is going to make us more money. Okay, once that feature is decided, it will come to a developer, okay, or a designer. Okay, a designer and an architect, they will design it, saying that okay, we can implement it here or there, this is the change that we can make, this is where we can actually implement it, this is how it will look like, and make a draft of it. Okay, a rough draft on paper. That's when it will come to a developer saying that okay, go ahead and code this. Okay, so that's the least level of hierarchy that comes to. Like now a developer will get a feature to build, they will build on their own environment. So all of this websites and everything, they can be coded in like there is always a local environment or a test environment where they will go ahead and test their code that they have written. Okay, but once the code is written by a developer, it is going to go to a testing team, okay, to test the feature. They'll see any glitch or any inconsistencies, they'll start uploading some photos, they'll see whether everything is working fine. Okay, a video longer than this is working or not. Okay, if this scenario happens, then what is the case? If this happens, what is the case? If this happens, what is the case? Because you are currently, your customer is world. Okay, if you are working in a YouTube example, then everyone in the world is using your platform. So you will have to make sure that you make it easier for your customer as possible. Plus at the same time, you kind of handles all the scenarios that a person can think of. Okay, set adding a bigger video, adding a smaller video, uh, formatting the video, all of these features they would give to the end customer so that they can use it, okay, easily. So if a feature becomes very difficult for a customer to use, then they would no longer use it, right? So a testing team needs to take care of functionality, needs to take care of usability of the code, testing of the code, and then understand that whether is there any breakpoints, any pointers, any corner cases where this code doesn't work or this doesn't give the desired results. Okay, it comes back to developer again. Developer will fix the changes that testing team has suggested, then will be given to management. Management will test it, and then once management approves the change, that is when it might go to production. Okay, production is what you guys see, what we see. Okay, youtube.com, that we see is their production environment. Okay, that's why it is called like uh, a live environment for a customer, where customer or an external customer can use it. Customers can be external, internal, b2b, b2c, based on the company that you're working with. Okay, so now YouTube is a b2c, business to consumer, direct consumer. Okay, kind of company. So now when an end customer when it is deployed to production, that's when the end customer will use it. Now this is where all the problem lies in. A developer will build the code, but your operations team, when like operations team used to have more of system engineers and other engineers. So their goal, like as a team, their goal is always to keep systems up and stable. So my point is to keep the system stable. Others point is to build new things and keep on deploying new things so that customer can get the new stuff to try out. Okay, now problem with goals in these two teams is they want to develop and make the change quickly, while operations team wants to keep it more and more stable. It's like if you have built a Burj Khalifa. Okay, you don't want to just go ahead and keep on pestering it. Okay, because you don't know when it might fall. Okay, so they have this, they want to keep it straight, as straight as possible. Like your parents, they want you to be always in a safe environment, safe place, so they consider their production as their baby, and they don't want to make any changes there, so that it hampers the stability of this particular infrastructure, okay, or environment, because that is where their responsibility lies in. Okay, so which is why there was a gap here between these two teams. Okay, now since if you understand us as a customer, we are also customers to many companies, right? We are customer to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so many companies. So if tomorrow, Myntra, your Amazon, if they don't keep on changing stuff every day, if they don't keep on um, updating their stuff every day, they would not keep their customers engaged. Okay. If YouTube has 5 videos and it keeps only 5 videos, those 5 videos, you will see those 5 videos sometime and then you will get bored. Okay. And you will never open it again. Okay. So again, same. If new features are not built, okay, companies will go down, 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 because their customer itself, in today's age, forget about software industry, all the industries are going into fast change, apart from core engineering teams. But everyone and life is so fast that you want to see those changes in your software, you want to see your changes in whatever you guys are using. Okay. Like your fashion, okay, your clothes, all of these clothes related company are also going into fast fashion, because a customer and attention span of a customer is going so down that they will wear their clothes for like 4 times, 5 times, and that's all. They don't want to wear it again. If they have an X store which has 100 clothes, okay, you will go to that store once, you'll go to that store twice, but third time if you see the same stuff again, you might not come. Okay, there's no new stuff coming in, I might want to go ahead and buy things from the competitor. Okay. So very simple example, this is what is happening with softwares also. We want to go ahead and keep on making and trying new stuff, because in today's time, if you don't change, you will become extinct. Okay. So we as a DevOps team are here to bridge the gap between these two. Okay. We will facilitate, we or this pillar now, DevOps and operations, is going to facilitate this part. Okay. And take care of uh, their goals and their goals both. Okay. So now what are we here for? Okay. Or what our roles and responsibility here includes? Okay. It includes deployments, like all the deployments that will go ahead into production. Deployments as in putting the code from here to here. Okay. Very simple. Yahan se uthana, yahan dal. Simple. Now, this is called as a deploy or a deployment. So all the deployments from any environment to anywhere happens through us. Okay. Automation, so that whatever task this operations team used to do manually is something that is fully automated. Okay. Because our team doesn't want to work 24/7. Okay. To be available and to see the laptop and to see just the production environment. Okay. Because we understand that if we are in this century wherein we don't want things to do manually, person will get bored. Okay. And will leave the job. So what we want to do is, if there is any repetitive work, automate it. Okay. Let computer take care of everything that you repeat, or every action that you repeat. May it be just updating the certificates, updating the database password, rotating the passwords, or anything. Just go ahead and monitor the just go ahead and check if everything is working fine. So what we want is set up a system, set up an automation that can handle everything for us. We don't want to do everything. Okay. So we have almost taken all the some of operations responsibility to keep the system stable, to monitor the system, okay, to do the deployments, okay, and we never say that we are 100% available. Okay, nobody can be 100% available. Even operations team couldn't. So we never give that false promise to our customer. Our customer is our own company and our developers, because developer will be using what we are building. Okay. And our team, our company will be using what we are building, right? Company's customer on a whole is going to be end customer, that is you and me. If you talk about us, we are YouTube's customer. But for YouTube's DevOps team, okay, Their internal team is also their customer, because they are also using something that they're building, like internal deployments, pipeline building. So whatever code they are building, it's our responsibility to keep it absolutely stable, migrate the code to production, keep the production stable, take care of, like, it is a rule here in DevOps is to spend 80% of your time building something new and only 20% of your time in doing anything repetitive or any task uh, that requires just some steps to do. Okay, so we take care of that as well. We also take care of security of these systems, as in, if you must have heard news multiple times that this particular company is being hacked, their data has been taken, right? So all of these software companies that you hear, okay, they do save some of your data, right? Like YouTube, Facebook, all of them have some data from you. Okay, this is also a feature. I saw this feature somewhere. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah, I was talking to you about something. Yeah. Let's come back to where I was. Okay. So I was talking to you about security. Now you must have heard multiple times that this data has been hacked, your data is leaked, so on and so forth. It's been sold on dark web and so on. Now every company, even your telecom provider, um, your insurance companies, your Facebook, your WhatsApp, your Google, your Gmail, everything is saving their customers' data. Okay, because that's how they are able to show you. Okay, if example you open your Gmail, you get you get some previous emails that you have saved, right? How are they coming there? Are you putting it? No. Somebody sent it. It's there in Google's data. They are pulling their data and showing it to you. Okay. Now they have your data in some way or the other, whatever platform you're using, they have your data. Okay. They have your bank details. They have your bank pass. Sometimes they have your bank, this as well. Yeah. You get your bank related emails, right? They have your bank data also. Whenever they want, they can read it. If they have encryption details, they can. It's somewhere saved in the data, encrypted. Okay. So now it's our responsibility. So every company has some guidelines that they have to follow based on the company that based on the country that they reside in. So countries also have their own IT laws that every company needs to abide by. That is, know your like, you must have heard about Paytm. They didn't do some guidelines and all of that. They should have kept their customer details, customer details. They should have kept their customer. They should know their customer, kept their details, share it with. There was one more issue that happened, that Paytm shared their customer details to government without asking their customers and all of that. Okay, so all of this is a big concern to you as a customer as well, right? If somebody just knows your bank account, if somebody just knows your bank balance, it is like a security threat to you, right? You would never want to share that. So all of these companies have your data, but it's our responsibility to keep that data safe as possible, have as many security shields as possible. Okay, so that no intruder can come on your system, take your data and exploit your customers. Okay, because if that happens, customer will lose trust on you, and you have to face some legal implications as well on that. So your company doesn't want it, right? So it is again your responsibility. Okay, managing, not just managing the infrastructure, building that infrastructure, architect, uh, and supporting your developers for whatever things they want. Like they want to test their infrastructure, whatever change they are building, they want to test the change. So you can provide them your test environment, other environments where they can go ahead and test their change. You can provide them with some automation. Go ahead, press this button, automatically everything will be deployed and you can go ahead and test your feature. Okay, so all of this is our responsibility. Whatever I've said, there are more responsibilities, but this is the major one that we generally work for. Okay, so do you now understand why is this pillar here, and what we are trying to achieve? We are trying to bridge the gap between them. Bridging the gap means that this operations team's roles and responsibility was to keep it stable. This team's responsibility is to make new features. Now our
Hi.
responsibility is to keep it to to keep deploying these features and keep this stable as well, both. Okay, so in this team particularly you'll find developers. Okay, initially when this was formed, we had developers, uh, we had network team, because we have to manage network. We have someone from security who understands security in depth. We have monitoring people, we have operations people. So a DevOps team include a person, either a person who has all of these, or multiple people who have wide skill set. Okay, but to take the goal of a DevOps team, all of this comes in our team only. So we have to take care of security, automation, deployment, keep the system stable, monitor the systems, everything, and everything else that operations team was doing manually. It's us who will be doing it. Sometimes we also take care of L1 support. L1 support means that uh, if you are currently opening YouTube and YouTube is down, okay, so you can go ahead and send a ticket or an email to YouTube that, okay, your website is down and I'm not able to do this. Or you are a content creator, you have some problem saying that when I'm trying to upload my video, it's not working. Okay, it's been an hour and it's not working for me. So this is a ticket that is actually created for a DevOps team. Okay, sometimes it's operations team, sometimes it's DevOps team. Okay, a big company would have a separate operations team handling all of this. A smaller company would have DevOps team only handle all of these, because ultimately it's us who is handling the systems. Okay, so it makes sense to actually send everything to us. We'll be addressing that. We'll consider anything that's coming in from end customer is a priority for us. So everything else, whatever you are doing, is going to hold on, and you are only going to focus on fixing that particular problem that the end customer has given. Okay, because that's highest priority for us. Okay, so this is also some support that we give to our companies. Companies is again our customers, as I already mentioned. Companies as in whichever company example you're working on as a DevOps engineer, you are giving your services to them, so they are your customers. Plus, you're giving your services to developers also. The developers are your internal customers. Okay. And if you are giving L1 support, then your external customers are also your customers. So you have to take care of all of them. Okay. Does that make some sense? Do you have some questions?
No, no.
Lot of theory I understand, but I wanted to give you an idea that why this exists and what are we trying to achieve in all of this. Okay. Now, our first goal will always be to make the infrastructure. So we might start from AWS or Docker tomorrow. And so first, so just to give you a background of how we'll start a particular topic. So when we'll start a topic from tomorrow, our first session will always be to understand why that particular tool exists, what is the goal of that particular tool, its competitors. So always, every tool, anywhere, okay, will have the competitive tools as well. So comparing it with competitive tools, okay, and what are the pros and cons of this tool, and then we'll go ahead and start learning, installing the tool, and then using the tool. Okay, so that's how we'll be taking these classes. Okay, today I understand that it was like day one for you. I hope you got some idea about what we were doing, and why we are doing all of this. Okay, and what we as a team bring on this software development lifecycle on like this particular what we bring on the table when it comes to a software development lifecycle. Okay, like during the deployment, what happens in a company during that, what we are trying to achieve is something that I've explained so far. We'll be like driving through this in this way only. You can be like never in this class you have to hesitate to speak. Okay, nobody is there to judge anyone. Okay, everyone is there to improve. Even I am here to improve my own skill set. So if you will have some questions and I don't know the answer, I'll go back, get the answer and give it back to you. So there can be some pointers like that as well. Okay, so and these conversations that we are having, okay, is kind of going to be an improvement part for me as well. And I have been on your side also, so I just always want you to uh like be as vocal as you can in this class. Speak your heart out, whatever you want to, and we'll try to rectify all of your issues.